When you say it's worse, this one you just said or the other lady?
The $50. Okay, you mean? I don't even know now. God, this is it's time to vote. Shaggy of the Year award. SOTY. Okay, SOTYA. Sotia.
Sotia. Hi, BedNighters. Welcome to another night. I am happy for today. Oh my God, it's already getting so exciting.
Yeah.
Welcome back. Today, I have this great guest with me.
Oh, wow.
He's my personal videographer. My personal videographer. He shot all videos for when my life began last year. He shot the lyric breakdown. He's also been an amazing friend.
I'm gonna cry. It's so emotional.
Hi, DURO. Welcome
Hi.
to Bed Night.
You forgot to add that we shot that video in 2 days. 11 videos.
Oh my God.
Oh my goodness. It was hectic. Rain and all. Was it 2 days?
Yeah, 2 days. We shot in 2 days.
Time.
Yeah, so DURO, welcome to Bed Night.
Well, thank you for having me.
Yeah, please introduce yourself to BedNighters and tell them what you do.
My name is DURO. In Canada, I'm known as Donald because here it's difficult for people to the majority of the folks here to pronounce my name DURO because it's tongue twisting. You take Uber ride, it's sorry, what's your name? DURO. It's crazy. You at work, they can't really call you that. Then they have to break it down. It's just too much stress. Sometimes I feel like it affects the chances of getting some things because they're like, if I want to deal with this guy, I have to go through so much. So Donald is what I go by. Everybody knows Donald, like Donald Trump. It's really so it's the most popular name in the world, I think.
Yeah.
Yeah. So
now.
yeah, right. Well, yeah, maybe right now. So I am a multimedia journalist, which means I do things related to media, everything related to media, photography, videography, sound production, music. Yeah, we do a lot of stuff. It's my background from from Nigeria. And it's really helped,
Yeah.
it's really helped. Being able to stand on your own, as a freelancer, it's really helped.
Yeah, I think that's why we clicked because we both do a whole lot.
Yeah, I know. You've been through. I saw your video once. Like, what was that video? You did a movie.
Yeah.
It's a drama, and I was like, what?
I do a whole lot of things too.
I know your chicks
Life-
have come out now.
Oh my God.
Then,
Life is so short, so if you enjoy doing things,
Yeah.
go out and do them. Have
Yeah.
fun.
yeah, it's
Have
just
fun
good.
doing those things. Don't just restrict yourself to.
No, somebody said that the graveyard is filled with regrets, something like that,
Mhm.
and it's because many people didn't really live the lifestyle they wanted to.
Yeah.
And you're youthful right now, which means you have the energy to do stuff. There's a time when you won't have that much energy, and you're
That's true.
gonna look back and say, okay, what did I do with my energy? Yeah, so it's really good to be diverse,
Yeah.
do what you want to do. So yeah, but you inspire me though.
Really?
Yeah, with your So VINVAE is this person who just jumps, like not to conclusion though.
Okay.
Because she didn't even jump to, because she has an idea and she just gets it out there, like starts to many people, many of us are stuck in the trap of trying to like plan it well, especially when it's
What if it fails?
yeah, especially when it's things we don't know about, like new terrains. Like if it's something I know about, oh, let's go shoot a video, let's go shoot a picture, I can just immediately start improvising. But when it's something like, oh, let's start a business, and so I'm like, oh, hold it. Maybe it's like, oh, I know a bank guy that can give you $50 billion. I know this person. I'm like, oh shit, calm down. So that's it. So that's basically the inspiration I get, and I think it's a good thing though. It's a good thing. Yeah.
Oh, thank you, DURO.
You're welcome.
I'm so happy having you here.
Oh, thank you.
Come be my co-host.
Okay, no
You're
problem.
so interesting to chat with.
Somebody is beefing.
Oh, BedNighters, you all know Tomiwa.
Tom.
He's also here on set today.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Before we get started, there's this thing I want to introduce.
Okay.
Whenever guests want to start a story,
Yeah.
you remember growing up when someone wants to start a story. Do you remember that line?
Story.
Once upon a time.
Time.
So once you're done saying that, you tell me what you want to talk about and we'll flow.
Okay.
All right, let's go.
All right.
This night is brought to you by Trinity House. the perfect getaway just outside the city. Located in Innisfree, Ontario, about an hour from Toronto, Trinity House is a warm, thoughtfully designed Airbnb that's ideal for weekend escapes, birthday trips, solo resets, or intimate get togethers. The energy, so calm, beautiful, and effortlessly stylish. Whether you're looking to unwind, get inspired, or just enjoy some peace and quiet, Trinity House delivers every time. I stayed here recently for my birthday and it honestly felt like the retreat I didn't know I needed. Every little detail is intentional, the modern Voho vibe, everything immaculate. So if you're ready to pause, breathe, and indulge in a little peace, check out Trinity House on Airbnb. The link's in the show notes. Go ahead, you've earned this. Okay, bed nighters, are you ready?
Yep.
Stories.
Story. Okay, am I the one that's gonna go? Yeah, okay.
Yeah.
Story.
Story.
Totally, yeah. Okay, let's go again. Story.
Story.
Once upon a time.
Time.
So my story basically is going to talk about my experience in the 1 year or 1 year plus that I've come to Canada and how it's been crazy for me. And it is no fit trying to say, oh, people shouldn't come here. In fact, if there's anything I can do for anybody, you know, is to give the advice to come here. If you come in and say, yo, should I come? You know, it's not like it's like very easy for me, but I can tell you that it's, in just 1 year. When I was coming, I didn't even know like how I was gonna survive. I just wrapped up and jumped out, and it's one of those jumping things, but it's not like like yours. But yeah, I came here and life. So my story is gonna be like my time in Canada here, where in the 1 year, I can't really say everything, but I'm just gonna talk about like the ups and downs, the shages I've seen. I don't know if you know what shege.
What is shege?
Shege is like
Suffer.
it's like suffering, yeah, suffer.
Yeah, suffering.
Like imagine suffering personified. Imagine suffering being brought to life and painted like a real object. That is what shege is. So if you say your eye don't see shege, it means you've seen suffering face to face, very close, very personal.
This is a Nigerian slang.
Yeah, it's a Nigerian slang. Yeah, they've shown Canada showed me Pepe. Yeah, that's Pepe means like shege too. So yeah, so yeah, it's gonna be about the triumphs and the ups and downs in the country. I can't go to everything, but I just hope that I can like motivate people with the conversation about how it's been, the story and so I'm gonna go with my top 10 or top 5 shege moments. Just talk about them and then see how it goes. All right.
Okay. The floor is yours.
Okay, so I got here in like 2023 December. Yeah.
Okay.
I just finished my wedding. I just packed up and for like 4 years on the case of traveling because IRCC, you have to process your visa. I mean, you have to process the application time, everything. So it took me like 4 years. So I was stuck in limbo.
Do you know I started my application in 2019 or so?
Yeah.
Then I submitted mine in September or October of 2022.
Wow.
No, what am I saying? Sorry. I submitted mine in September of 2020 and got mine approved in 2022. So I understand the frustration.
Yeah,
wait.
yeah, it's crazy. Because you can't really do anything. Should I buy a car or should I not buy a car?
Yeah.
Should I change houses or should I not change houses?
Should I get married or not?
Or not? Like, should I have kids or not? Yeah, just call me and tell me what's up. But you have to be in limbo and wait for decisions. And understand it's crazy. But if you're just positive and optimistic, and make sure that you just have like a saving grace, things might change overnight. And say, oh, we need you to send, to show some proof of funds. You need to have. Just live as though it is gonna happen, right? That's the reality. And thank goodness it kind of happened in a very interesting way. So when I was coming, I didn't have any place to stay. I didn't even know who I was gonna stay with, right? And thank goodness I had like so where I worked, right, we used to do like radio commercials, and there was this
In
man.
Nigeria?
Yeah, in Nigeria. There was this man who I've never seen him before in my life. I'd never seen him before in my life, right? I just used to send him voiceover scripts in Canada because he does Yoruba.
He's based in Canada.
Yeah, he's been in Canada. Yeah, it was in
Send
US
script.
before,
Okay.
and then they moved to Canada.
Okay.
I inherited him from my boss, right? My boss used to work with him. So when my boss left for UK and became married, so I just kept using him. So one day, I called him. I said, Sir, I know you're in Canada. I'm trying to come over. They've not given me anything yet, but what are the skills one can learn before coming, just in case? Because all I have now is time. She was like, yeah, if you want to learn handwork like hairdressing, blah, 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 barbing, things like that. I was like, okay, makes sense. So I think that was the conversation that let us start talking about this whole Canada thing. So 2 days to my traveling, I had nowhere to stay, I had nowhere to go, I had no house to.
But wait, why didn't you book an Airbnb?
That was the plan. But guess what? Money was low. Airbnbs are expensive. Like they're gonna send me back. Like you say you have like, bro. It's like we, you know how it is in Canada, right? Even if money is there was money for expenditure, but we had to be very careful.
Yeah.
Right? We had to be very, very careful with spendings. So when Airbnb was gonna blow out quickly. Like I was looking at it from what's that site that you check for like you can book bookings.com, right?
Bookings.com.
So I was like, whoa, $80 per night, $100 per night. This like, and you know Nigerian mentality. I was still living in Nigeria. I was converting it to Naira, like, what? 100K? I wouldn't even spend 100K in Marriott or.
But do you know things have gotten worse? When I came in 2022, I booked an Airbnb for about 5 days to 6 days, and the total I spent was, I think, 200 and something dollars.
Whoa.
It was way better.
But now
Now,
it's crazy.
yes.
Yeah, it's crazy. And imagine the toll of entering a new country. You have language barriers. I mean, you speak English, but people
Accent?
yeah, accent is a problem. People like,
What did you
I'm like,
say?
no, I'm speaking English. Damn it, this is like, this is English. And they were like, you have language problems, you have culture problems, you know, so many things you have to look employment problems. You have to find a job to do, and then you come into the country and hearing, oh my job, there's no job not there. Yeah, there's no job anywhere. You see people who, in fact, you meet people who have been here before you, telling you that I've been looking for jobs for the last 8 months, I've not found. I'm like, what?
What?
And then like, yeah, you got to go for a course, you got to go to school and take a new course or take this thing to integrate into the Canadian society. And it was just crazy. So I called him 2 days. So didn't just call him and tell him, because I was like, at this point, it can't really kill me, right? So I just called him on the phone and he was like, last week somebody had a place, but I will call somebody else for me. So he called a friend of his, and that's how I got the space. And the beautiful thing is that someone I'd never seen before, he came to pick me up at the airport. Like that was like,
There are still good people left.
yeah,
on
he
earth.
came all the way from Toronto, from where itself. It was far off. He came to, I think, Oshawa. So he came to pick me at the Pearson International Airport, picked me and my wife, and then brought us
Yeah.
here.
So he drove all the way from Oshawa to
I
Mississauga.
think so. I don't know exactly, but I know it was far from the airport. Even if it wasn't far, taking somebody from the airport to us to Whitby, sorry, it was Whitby, sorry,
Whitby.
to Whitby is not crazy. It's not a small thing. So employment problems.
I know, right?
Employment problems. Employment problems are crazy.
And
Because
Canada,
Mhm.
you need to have a job to survive. Unlike Nigeria, you can, if you are broke, just go to your father's house or your
Just
mother's
go
house.
somewhere and chill.
Whose house do you want to go to?
Yeah, pet.
You're a pest. Is it Tomo's house I'm going to go? Tomo is going to kick me out. Tomo will kick me out.
Yeah, a pest.
Pay bills every day. There's like you can't even escape this.
No,
thing.
it's a built-in. It's a society that runs on give and take a lot. Like
Yeah.
give and take in the most mathematical sense. Like it's not 1 for 2. It's 1 for 1. Like
One
it's
for one.
it's basically equated in the same way that it
One
goes
for
out
two.
sometimes. But the 2 is not you. It's what's collecting from you.
Yeah.
It's you giving 2 to something that is giving you 1.
One.
It's crazy. But basically, but then I was also converting in Naira, right? It was crazy. And I realized one thing, right? The moment you enter this country, if you come as PR, because like, okay, while I say,
as permanent resident.
while I say you should try and come to Canada if you want to, if you are willing to, if you want to go through, while I say you should do that, please make sure that your entry is, if you can do PR.
That's the best.
You can do it. It's like a lottery. It's way,
like a lottery.
yeah, it's way different.
You're going to save much. Coming as a student.
I tell you an experience. I went to a school, right, to go and check for a course in Durham College. And then when we got there, after queuing and waiting for like attention, they finally, got to us. And while we were talking about, we asked them for one course, dental hygienist. And they were like, sorry, it's not for international students. It's closed. And I said, we have PR. If you see the way they change, like, oh, you have PR, come this way. This way. It's like, oh, damn it, man. Wow, I didn't know. You know, everybody's telling you that.
Yeah.
Everybody's telling you that PR is like,
You have to
everybody, no,
wait.
no, but everybody also tells, people tell you how special it is, but you don't know until
Until you
know.
get
Like,
here.
when
Until you
when I
know.
got to that school and they were like, oh, you have PR,
Yeah.
come here. Well, if you want funding, and then
If you
let's
want
talk about
funding
funding.
too.
Let's talk about BC.
Basic
Debt.
depth.
Yeah,
Okay.
debts in this country. It's so easy to sink. It's so easy. Like, they just put you on sand. They just put you on sand and say, do you need a shovel? That's one credit card. We can help you dig a hole here. 2 credit cards. Like,
Canon too.
so yeah, they say, oh, we just pre-approved you for a loan.
For a loan.
Pre-approved me when that I didn't even. They sent me, okay, so they sent me a message the other day. They sent me a card, first tone. I just saw a mail in the box. I pulled it. I went inside. I opened it. I saw you've been pre-approved for $6,000. And I'm like,
when?
who the hell asked you to pre-approve me? Now, if you are like greedy, you know, like,
just go ahead.
oh, 6K, BC, debt. BC is debt in case you know. So that's the problem, right? Yeah, it's very easy to think. So the whole culture of the whole getting to know how the system works, you know, how money moves left and right, how credit system works, what the credit score is. Oh, we can't give you this because your credit score is bad. We can't give you that because your credit score is crazy. You know, so that was crazy. That was hard for me. Then let's talk about jobs. So the first thing I did, right, when I got here, security license. If you get a security license, you get a job.
That? I've not heard about it.
Okay, so what there are schools here that parade or that dangle the bait of instant job if you take their courses. So there's a school, Ontario Security, blah blah blah. They dangle instant job. So what happened is, after someone advised me to take the security training course, because okay, first thing first, everything in Canada is certified. Like there's no like I just wanna, it's not just to guard this house. No, you need to go to school and take 1 or 2 courses on how to guard a house before you start. Yeah. So to become a security guard here, you can't just wear a suit and come out. You need a license.
Wow.
So you have to go for a training, which will take a while. Depends on your pace.
Right now, I'm glad I'm a data analyst.
Yeah, you should.
You don't need any certification for that.
No, because it's cool. They have this, you have a degree for it, right?
No, I don't have a degree for data analysis. I actually did.
Don't let your employers hear you.
They know.
How did they know?
Okay, I have a BSc in public health and masters in health planning and management. So the health planning and management is more on the admin side of health, and that's the area I work. Yeah. When I did my masters, they taught us statistics, data, and everything. Yeah.
Okay, so food handler, you just want to handle food. You just want to work in a restaurant. You need a certificate.
Oh.
These are the things we consider like, oh, mama put
back in Nigeria.
Like, I don't have a job. Anything I can do anything and say, oh, work in the kitchen or cut onions. Here, to even cut onions, you need a certificate to be able to work in the kitchens. That's one. Two, something like smart serve. To serve alcohol, you need a license. You need to learn, take a course, get it. So security jobs too, they were all over the place, but they needed a license. So I had to take. So I took my low funds that I was just managing. That was managing, how do I these funds? Because you don't really know when you get a job, so you have to be very meticulous. So I went and did the security training. I went to their website and put my details.
Okay.
And I cancelled. But I think my number had already gone through or something. There's page to page to page. So when I cancelled on the page where I was supposed to pay, they now called me on phone. So I was on phone and they were oh, don't worry. This course is, if you do it, I can guarantee you a job instantly, blah, 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 blah. Okay. We're going to talk about them some other day. In fact, maybe I would open a channel just, bottom line is, I wasted about $700 on that shit, on that stuff. I wasted about $700. So, when that happened, I started looking for jobs. I went for job fair with them. Job fair. It was when I went for the job fair, people were telling me, I got my license since last year, since 10 months ago, and I've not gotten one shift. I'm like, what? What? For 1 year? Are you kidding me?
Oh my
I have waited 2 months. If not, I will die. I can't survive. What are you saying? They're like, no, bro. I met some Nigerians. I met some. He said it pays well, blah, 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 blah. Okay, no problem. So I said, I put that aside. But while I was here in December, I came here. I got a photo shoot to do. One photo shoot, and I came with some of my equipment. So I just went. Someone called. Oh, she wants to do baby
shower.
baby shoot. No, pregnancy pump.
Pregnancy. Okay.
So I said, yeah, I can shoot that now. So I took my equipment and I ran down, and we shot, and voila, they came out. So I was like, wait, I can do a business. I can do business now. I can this $200 I just made.
Yeah. This is why it's good to have a skill.
Yeah, it's very good. It's very good to have a skill. In that same month I came, I made my first $200, and then I said, you know what, I'm gonna make a business out of this. If I don't get a job, I know I have a business. So I immediately started thinking about registering the business. I probably wasn't supposed to go all that big, but I know that sometimes you just need to have that push, like just have that thing there. Even if the business is not really like booming that much, but I know that tomorrow when I finally decide to dedicate time or when the business starts to sprout and grow bigger than than it is right now, I won't have to go to the stress of setting things up.
Yeah, there are perks of having your business registered, getting grants, government grants, private grants.
Yeah, so if you
did the right thing.
And you know the funny thing, if you take if you register a business today, you can't get a grant tomorrow. It's the time that it takes that your business has existed that they usually look at.
That's true.
It has to have been grown for a while, like 6 months, 1 year. Yeah, 1 year. But so imagine you see an opportunity tomorrow, like, yeah, I want that grant, and then you open an account, a business account today. You sign it. They're like, yo, no, this is not for you. No, not you. So I opened this and I started seeing 1 or 2 things, and I was applying for jobs. Oh my god, I had I'm probably like 50 different occupations right now. I had like CVs back to back to back to back. I was even like lost in like, what do you want me to be? Carpenter? Yeah, okay. I can nail. Yeah, I designed 50,000 beds. Gosh, everybody was doing that. People kept telling me, yo, you need to lie. You need to lie in this Canada. I'm like, really?
You have to lie to make it in Canada.
Why do I have to lie? You have to lie, man. So CVs upon CVs upon CVs. I had so many. In Nigeria, they usually just put one person on so many things. Like in my office, I was doing videography, photography, logistics, makeup stuff. I was handling meetings, PPM. I was doing so many things, right? Radio production, commercial production, jingles. Yeah. Just one person.
Just you.
So much so that when I wanted to leave, it was hard for them to find a replacement. In fact, I had to go and find a friend of mine who is very good as well and say,
to replace you.
I'm leaving, and I need you to. So we had to split the department into 2 because he's very good with sound. The other, so we had to find somebody else for videos.
For video and your friend for sound.
So when I got here, I realized that you can't be everything.
You can't be everything.
So remember, Canada's jobs are specialized, are modularized. They are divided. If you have so many skills, you're working your health off in Nigeria, doing so many things. Here you realize that what you've been doing is 15 jobs in one official role. So I started breaking them down into pieces until I had so many CVs and started applying. Gosh, I applied. It was so I started getting depressed at one point when you go to LinkedIn. You know how it is on LinkedIn when you apply for something and you see 1,000 people applied.
People already applied.
Oh gosh, 1,000 people. They're not gonna see me. I did jazz at this point.
Do you know I've never been a fan of applying on LinkedIn.
Yeah.
All the jobs I've gotten on, I don't just it's so discouraging. I rather go on Glassdoor and do my application.
Yeah, I think it's better that way. Don't let me know how many people have applied. I know Glassdoor today will 5,000 people have applied, but they don't tell me that statistics.
Don't show me, please.
LinkedIn just shows you that you have no chance.
You have no chance, my dear.
You have no chance, bro. Then the funny part of LinkedIn, they will now say 10% have MSc, 12% have BSc. They will not put you. You will not see where you are, bottom of the food chain. Yeah. Like, oh, I'm not gonna get this job. I just know. They're trying to tell you go and work on yourself, go and advance yourself. You know. But if 12% of 1,000 has have master's degrees, 12%, that's like 12 of 1,000. That's 120 people.
Yeah.
Even if I have a master's degree, I don't think I can get in there.
And here they want you to have Canadian experience.
Also, so as a newcomer that doesn't have a Canadian experience, so education is quite important. If you can get a course to do something just to have some, but most importantly, you can get any job. Any job is actually very important because any job gives you that opportunity to relate with Canadians, right? And then the experience starts from there.
Yeah, okay, I'm going to contradict myself now. I was so lucky coming to Canada. After I got my PR approved, May of 2022, I began pushing,
Apply for jobs. Yeah.
And I was lucky. A week later, I had an interview. And guess what? The next day, I was employed. They gave me an employment letter without having a Canadian.
Yeah, that's one of the stories I hear a lot, and it makes me roll in the bed at night. Like, why can't it be me? Why, Lord? Why, Lord? Do I need wigs? Do I need long hair? Do I need to paint my nails? Because I had a friend too. Before I left, one of my students, I thought. So I thought for one.
Did you tell BedNighters that you're also a software?
Yeah. Well, I told them in the but yeah, so they will know now though. I taught software engineering. Software engineering and information systems. A friend of mine taught computer architecture. So we were teaching that to some students for I did it for 2 years. Now everybody who was coming for that course was planning to japa, leave Nigeria.
To leave Nigeria.
It was supposed to be a
japa means leaving.
Japa.
Japa.
It even sounds like
run.
Yeah. So everybody that was coming for the course needed an extra certificate, right? To give them extra points. You know how RCC is now.
Yeah.
You need extra points to get good grades, good scores, and all.
Yeah.
So they needed it for it's an extra set of points. And then I had done it, so I knew it was working.
Okay.
And I said somehow the people I did it with hired me to teach. So I started teaching. So there was this babe who was in the class. She too, she was pursuing so she passed and everything, and then the same time they called her, they called me. Oh no, maybe a week after they initiated our stuff. But she was just lucky. She was so fast with the application that she just dusted me in the mud. I was like, why Lord?
Why Lord?
Fortunate, I don't know how, but she was fast. And then finally she was ready to go. And before she said she was going to go in 8 months, blah, 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 from December. And then all of a sudden, March or April, she said she's leaving. I'm like, what happened? She said she got a job. And that she's resuming on Monday. So she has to leave. She has to leave. I'm like, what? I started pursuing for jobs. If you see my pursuit.
Yeah, even in Nigeria.
If you see my pursuits. There was one job I almost got. It was 3D web development. So you be building 3D web pages, right? Not just 2D. I was doing the interview. It was fun until I got to the last section where the guy said, "Oh, we're gonna move on to the next stage. They're gonna contact you, blah blah blah." So he now said that as long as I'm in Canada, something like that. It wasn't that word exactly, but it implied that definitely they will reach out to me.
Yeah, reach out.
Anyway, because it's a hybrid, you can work from home. So anyway, I can work from anywhere in Canada. That's what he said. Okay. So I tried to send them a message. They didn't answer me. So I just moved on. So when I got to Canada, I did the security thing. I started applying for jobs. I was pulling all-nighters just so I could finish the security stuff. Whoa, it was crazy. It didn't happen. Started the business. I registered the business. Did some website, did some web pages. A friend of mine was getting married. I, shot videos and pictures for them to have a portfolio, Canadian portfolio. I'm still owing them stuff. It's crazy. It's really crazy. And I'm really, it's like, I'm not so happy about it because the toll of my journey, my life has really been hazard up until now. But, I'm going to deliver all of that shit in due time. But the point is, I did that for a while. And then I started applying. My wife was applying too, right? She applied for one job. She got the interview. She was the first person to land an interview in the house.
Okay. And she got the job.
No, she didn't get the job. She was so excited to get the interview, and she was like also anxious at the same time, like, oh, what if, because we're getting so tight, We found the place where we were staying, it was pretty much cheap. It was one room where it was like, okay. So the thing about Canada, right, which I also want to say is, even the most, like, things that that they would consider normal, like pretty, like, standard.
Something like what?
Pretty standard. Like, let's say, for instance, let me use an example. When I went to Mexico, right, I traveled last year sometime. As I got to Mexico, I booked a ride at the airport to take me to where I was going. Something kilometers, right? I was waiting for the ride. When the ride came, I was like, no, this cannot be the ride. No, don't tell me this is what's gonna pick me up from this airport. Like, it looked like a wheelbarrow. Like, oh my God. I was like, what's going on with this ride? Because in Canada, right?
Yeah, we're used to having luxury cars.
There is everything is like, for instance, you book Lyft or book Uber, right? And you see standard, right? Comfort, extra room, blah blah blah. The price changes, the number of people you can take that can enter changes. But guess what? Guess what standard is? It's a Tesla. Standard is a Tesla Model Y. That is coming. That's standard. That's the everybody car, right? It's a Tesla. I'm telling you. Then you're talking about like cars. So I'm like, why should I really care about those other choices, those other premiums that you're talking? I don't care. Tesla is standard, and it is a premium. You're cheating yourselves. You're actually carrying with a premium vehicle. You're cheating yourselves, So Canada standard is pretty high when it comes to those kind of things.
Yeah, and for Uber, for you to drive an Uber, I think your car shouldn't be above 10 years.
You see?
Or 8 years. I don't know.
So, and the cars, even the cars in Canada, like when I was going through Mexico, it was bah, everywhere. Cars shooting smoke. It was almost, I felt like I was in Lagos once more. Like I was like, wait, did I make a mistake and come to Lagos? I was saying
fly back to.
Yeah, I was like, wait. Is this a prank? Is there a camera somewhere? Because there was unplastered wall right outside the airport. Right outside the airport, there was unplastered wall, like cement. Yeah. Here is drywall. You don't see cement. Like, I'm like, oh gosh, this is Lagos right here. Potholes. I saw potholes. Cars walking. But in Canada, it's a different story entirely.
Yeah.
Buildings. So where I was staying in when I came, even though you call it standard, like standard room, I was like, this is luxurious. This is the walls are smooth and straight. Where I was coming from, the walls are like this. Like, it's supposed to be a straight wall, but somehow the wall is like this. It's crooked.
Oh my God.
But where I was staying, the walls were flat. It was plastered. It was, look at now. This is basic for Canada. This is basic right here. So I was like, you know what? This is lovely. So you can live very, very, like, within a low costs bracket in Canada and still enjoy life technically. Like, you will not feel like you're suffering. Food is affordable to an extent.
In Canada, food.
No, I mean, based on your income, your minimum wage.
Okay.
Like, it's not like it's cheap. By the time you buy one bag of rice, $27, you buy this, you're like, oh, $260 something. But if you think about what you earn, or think about it like this, a bag of rice $27 or $18. Let's say you're working a job of $18 an hour. You're like, oh, I just spent 1 hour on food.
1 hour, okay.
Like, it makes sense, right? 1 hour on food. You can't say the same back at home, like, I spent 1 hour on a bag of rice. Like, hello. There are 2 cups, madam. You can get your 1 hour can get you 2 cups. It's not gonna work. It's not gonna work. So that's the reality, right? So we stayed in one room apartment, just one of the rooms. It was an apartment building, but we took one of the rooms, and it was quite spacious, so we could, start getting the equipment, building up the space. It was getting tight, but then she got an interview, so we're like, oh, finally. And then guess what?
What? Tell me what happened.
I don't know what was pushing. What was like, oh, you think you will make it?
People.
You think you will go for this interview, right? You think you will get a job, right?
Village people were like, okay, you're playing.
This woman, You just entered this country. For where?
For where?
Come on. Do something with the eyes. Come on. She can't get eye problem.
Damn.
Like, when we were in Nigeria, you didn't have any eye problems. Here, that's why I knew that this country was expensive. When we went to Walmart to go and get glasses. Normally if you have like unemployment, they do insurance, your benefits can help you. We're now going to buy it from pocket. Hey,
That's the
to do eye test, $80.
That's
I'm like,
worst.
80K? Sir.
You're glad it's eye. Just imagine you went to the dentist.
No, dentist is worse.
Just imagine you went to the
Dentist is worse. I'll help her pull the teeth. I'll do the whole the stone and rope method. The stone and rope technique. I'll research it. Just tie a rope to the thing, put the stone, drag it out. Just distract her a little bit. It's crazy.
It's crazy, yeah.
$80 just for eye test. Then you come back, then they'll do the glasses. You spend $400 basically on just on just glasses. Because when she stares at like anything shiny, she starts to feel, these are things that
discomfort.
Yeah, discomfort pain. When she came here, the water started affecting her skin. It was just crazy. I know many people had that story of water affecting their skin.
Yeah.
So there's the environmental problem. There's the but let's just jump forward to like, she went for the interview and then because of the eye, she couldn't really see, because it was a sewing interview. Was like, she was like, yeah, she's good at it because she sews a lot. She's been sewing well in Nigeria. She was like, she's gonna smash it. She got there and they said she should thread a needle. And then her eye was just like, come and thread it now.
And she didn't have her glasses.
She had not gotten glasses then. She didn't even know it was a problem until she went for the interview and she couldn't see the hole. Because she knew she was looking at bright things and she was having problems. She was looking at, but we're like, maybe it's the water, maybe it's the weather, maybe we didn't. But when she went for the interview and they said thread and she tried to thread and she was like, this hole, where this hole? They say, suppose they this needle now. There should be a hole somewhere now. Where's the hole? That was when so we had to go and get the glasses before it causes more problems down the line. So that one happened until later on she got another interview, blah, blah, blah. There was something that happened with the job fair. Someone recommended the job fair for us. We went to the job fair. We got there. They stopped talking to my wife. She started talking to me. I don't know what happened. They just switched completely from her. Sending me correspondence, put me in a class. I'm like, but this is the person, because I only accompanied her to the place. She was one who called them to book an appointment, which is why it's important. If you just come to Canada, just try and look out for all this community employment stuff. They really do. They help a lot. They really do help because they organize job fairs. They organize. You just go there. There's usually one in like every town. So Pickering has its own. Ajax, Whitby, everybody has like something, but you should look at areas like, I'm sure in this field, for instance, there should be one.
Yeah, there should be. Even if they don't have it should be in Barry.
Yeah, but basically, it'll probably be easier to get a job here itself with those ones than back at home, because they'll be doing a lot of job fairs, and I'm back in Oshawa or Whitby because it's now getting crowded. So, so they stopped talking to her and said, corresponding with me. And I took a class on how to apply for jobs. They're teaching you how to apply, write CV, how to answer situational questions, the STAR method, blah, blah, blah. It was just getting crazy. I took the class. I enjoyed it. I finished the class. Then we went for job fair. They called me for job fair. They didn't call her for job fair. They called me for job fair because I just finished the class. So I said, since you were able to invite me when you were going, me too, I'm inviting you now. Let us go.
Let us go together.
We reached the place now. I see some jobs. I showed my intention. One of the things that really helped, I think if you are learning French, I think you should just hold that French tight. Hold that French. So I can tell you, people on the spot there that could speak French got jobs. Immediately. Just ask, who here can speak French? Oui. Wait, oh, this way. That was all.
BedNighters, take note of this.
Man, yeah. French jobs are like any language job, Chinese, French, all those things, they really help. They separate you from the crowd well because English, everybody speaks English. I mean, in fact, people speak English better than you do. So you're probably not gonna, if it's based on English, you're probably not gonna get anything. But if your French is still okay and you can communicate, you can write a bit, I think it's good enough for so many things. So people from Cote d'Ivoire, those guys that speak in French as their native language, those guys it was fast for them. But those of us that were struggling with English were left with the bottom of the pot. And we had to figure out how to get. So I got like 2 interviews. She got like, so the place I went to a place and said, yo, I like this job that you guys have, but it's not for me, right? But I know my wife can do it.
You're such a sweet husband.
Oh, thank you. So, because I wanted to apply to their security side.
Okay.
Because I already had a license, right? So I said, it's not for me. I will apply to security. She should apply to that position. So it's like, okay, no problem. So we did the application when we got home, saying because we didn't have a resume on us. We just stormed the party. It was a graduation for the people in the class plus a fair. And the funny thing to me on that day, right? They gave us a certificate. Okay. And I'm like, why are you giving me a certificate for teaching me how to find a job? Like, should I tell my employer that, yo, you look, you really wanna employ me because I took a course on how to find a job. look at this certificate right here. Look, I took a course. This is a picture where they gave it to me. Yeah. Like, I don't understand why you're giving me a certificate for. Hello?
They love to give certificates for everything.
For everything, like, why? I mean, it's basically a government thing. You know, the more you give it out, the record says, because that's funded by the government. But let's not get into that one. That's a story for like another day. Okay, so we got home and I got rejected, but she got the job.
Oh.
So we moved on from there, and then I started applying. But now at one point I was like, screw jobs, man. I'm not doing jobs again. It's business. Started looking for work all over the place, looking for business, I was supposed to do a few things that helped. Like, it really did help with money and everything. Got some jobs. Around the same time we shot those videos and everything. Life was crazy, and we were able to survive. Like I said, the debt thing is real. Like, when we got here, people were saying, you apply to this bank, they'll give you a credit card. Apply to that bank. And I think you should, because my wife was kind of scared that she was like, you just entered here. Why would they give you $4,000? Like, why would they? That's 4 million. Why would they give you 4 million? Like,
they gave me 8,000 when I came.
Imagine. Like, why would they give you 4 million? What if you cannot pay back? I'm like, look. Yeah, that's the system. Like, the system is basic. It's a debt kind of system. Everybody is owing.
Yeah, and if you don't make use of your credit card, you won't build your credit score, and you need your credit score to finance a car, to get a house. You know.
It was when we're trying to get where we are staying now that I knew the importance of a credit score.
Credit score.
I mean, I've tried so many times to get so many things. With a credit score. So everybody's owing, like
everyone is owing.
People you
can't escape it.
You can't escape it. So we tried to open an account with like CIBC, and then immediately the guy just said, want, let me check your score, blah blah blah. And he just said, yo, I'm gonna approve you for $4,000. It's like, oh shit, that's a lot of money. Okay, I'll take it. I'll take it. You know. So he gave both of us like
4,000.
So it really helped the house to still stay afloat. Like, it was more, we could relax, we could, some banks were offering $1,000, $2,500. I'm like, hello. Yeah, but they did that. And I forgot to mention that when I came to Canada also, my phone stopped working.
Oh.
So I had an iPhone 14 Pro that I got from Nigeria, and it was working with MTN. It was working nice and fine. The moment I got into Canada, I was blacklisted because it's probably stolen from Canada to Nigeria. MTN doesn't care about alliance with Bell or Rogers. Nobody, they don't care. But in Canada, they have an alliance with each other. In Canada and the US, and maybe some other countries. So if you steal a phone from the US and you bring it to Canada,
it won't work.
If it's blacklisted in US, it will not work. Like, if the telecommunications provider cuts it off and says this phone is, so it will never see any network. So when I got here, I got Rogers. They just push this. If you leave the airport, you cannot get it cheaper than this. Those.
That's a lie. Everything is very expensive at the airport. Everything.
We created this program for new immigrants. Myself, foolish boy. I just entered town. He said, make I use my head. I was like, Oh, you mean it?
You mean it? Okay.
Give me Rogers.
You bring it here.
I went to their store. I said, please remove this rubbish. Because I told the guy there was no network on the phone. There wasn't see network. Guys, I shouldn't worry that when I get that it's take a while. It will come up, blah, 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 blah. And I told him this phone is, I now checked. I said, this phone is blacklisted. That's what I could tell him from there. He said that should I take it to iPhone store, Apple store. I'm like, a stolen phone to Apple store? Are you kidding me? Like, you want them to arrest me?
You didn't buy it. You bought it fairly used in
I
Nigeria.
bought it fairly used.
Mm.
Fairly open box. That's what they called it.
Okay.
Open box. Like, it wasn't even like fairly. They got open box. Like open box is when you buy something that the box has been opened.
Yeah.
It might not have been used, but the box was open, so they can't really package it as a new stuff.
That's it.
So they sell it. But guess what?
What?
I called the guy that sold it to me. I said, bro, this phone. He said, send it back to me. Like we buy it from me.
So you can sell it to someone else.
Yeah.
Oh my God.
But it's nice to have like such a plug that can buy. Like he bought it from me. He bought it the same, in fact, 10K above the price I bought it.
He's a nice guy.
And I used the phone for 1 year plus.
He's a nice guy because I know most marketers won't do that.
Oh no, I think also inflation, right? Nigeria really was really in a. Thank God I left when I left too. That's another story for another day. Thank God I left when I left. That's all I can say. What? The moment I left like this and I started looking back, I started looking at Nigeria from here. I was like, oh my Lord, oh my Lord, oh my Lord. It's like things were just falling. You know those movies where you be running on a bridge and the bridge is burning, but you have to make it to the other side. And yeah, that's what it was like. But that's by the way. So I had to get like a new phone and all of that stuff, but life was, but somehow we're just surviving. Went to visit my uncle because I have a family member here, in Etobicoke. And he told me, he said, because his house is marvelous. We couldn't stay in his house because we were renovating it when we were, so for some and some other, I don't know, but basically the house was massive when we went there. Very like it's different from it's when I saw luxury for the first time, like in Canada, like, oh, there's a difference.
There's a difference.
Like I was like standard was it's okay, but there are levels to this, right?
Yeah.
So when I went there, I was like, wow, this house is so big and huge, wonderful stuff. While I was in the house, it was like, yeah, don't worry, young man. If you work a couple of years, you pay your taxes, you build your credit score, you yourself can buy one of these. And I'm like, nobody can tell me that in Nigeria. Like,
No.
you go to a big man's house, and the big man tells you,
Don't worry, after a few years,
how
much salary?
After a few what?
How much salary?
Sir, you are lying.
You're a liar, sir.
You're a liar, sir.
You're a liar.
Nobody will tell you that kind of stuff. So which is why I started believing that the system is kind of okay. I mean, it's a work system.
Yeah.
It's a work, but it's also I mean, where I work, people come to throw away money. They throw money away back to back. So I see it and I know that when I see that happen, I'm like, yeah, there's money in this country. There's money. Just how do you find it? Where do you get it from?
Where do you get it?
Yeah. Because just like Nigeria people say there's no money, and every weekend there's Owambe, 5 cows.
People balling. There are people on, what's it called? There are people using private jets, and there's money in Nigeria.
Yeah, there's money. There's money everywhere. It's just
there's money
you just have to
everywhere.
plug
You
yourself
just
to
have
find
to
it. Yeah.
find how to
To find
so
it.
you find your way around it.
Yeah. Okay, so while I was looking for clients and I started getting all sorts of gigs, there was one I got. I was working for one sound technician. So I would go do sound.
What don't you do? I've heard sound technician, videographer,
I was like,
photographer.
the guy's like, so I met this guy. This is how it happened, right? This is how I say that sometimes, like I used to have an argument with my wife where we talk about how currency, but like money is not the only currency. Like so many other things have value beyond money. People think, most times you're like, make sure you charge this person. No, make sure. I'm like, it's not every time you have to like charge somebody, like the full value. Even if you just take something for your work. That's what I always say. Take something for your work. It doesn't have to be like neck cutting, but for people to feel like you gave them something, because it makes them feel like, okay, I should give you something for this work. Take something in return. But it's not everything. Every time that money is like daily currency. And I keep telling her this over and over again. So it was a birthday party of a family friend, Daniel's family friend I went to.
Okay.
I'd never in my life, I'd never seen the man before. And when Daniel was in the area, Daniel is my friend from Nigeria. He traveled before me.
Yeah, I met you through Daniel.
Yeah, okay. So when I went to the house, Daniel was like, "Yo, New Year now." Daniel was like, "Yo, come to this place. I'm in Ajax. Come and Whippy is just beside." I said, "Okay, no problem." So I just got dressed. Said, "Bring your wife." Who? Ah, my wife is reluctant. Said, "Make sure she comes." Okay. So I left. Then she came to join us. So when I got there, the man of the house, the owner of the owner of the house, he was just so friendly. He was just so easygoing. We just started talking. So from there we kind of became family friends. And then we became family. Like he's one of I see him as one of the my guardians in Canada, right? That's how I call him. So he had a birthday coming up. So I said, you know what, I'm gonna call he didn't call me to cover it too. But I was like, I'm gonna cover it, I shouldn't worry. So I went and I covered it. So while I was there covering it, I met a band of people. It was there I also met this sound technician. I met the band and I met the sound technicians. So while I was packing up to leave, I just said, Nico, how far? I just wanted to meet the guy. I said, if I want to do work like this, because I'm not getting a job here, and I was like, I want to do work like this. What does it take to do work like this? Like, what name do I have to search for on Indeed? Like, is it sound technician or sound or audiovisual, blah, blah, blah. And then it was like, if I'm looking for work, I should talk to his boss, Rico. I think it's Rico. Nico, yeah.
Okay.
So I was like, why not? And I went to meet Nico. Nico's like, what do you do? Do you produce it? I said, yeah, I make pizza, I make music, I produce, blah, blah, blah. He said, can you use a board? I said, yes, I can use a board. He said, okay, he asked me the name of a board, right? Like one of the mixing boards.
Okay.
All the names of boards
You've used
just disappeared. I didn't remember one board.
Village people at work.
Village people came again. Round 2, they struck me. So I was like, I just want. I was trying to remember, like I can't remember anything. But I said no problem. That would chat me up. So we got Instagram contacts, and that's how I got my first part-time kind of shit. So gigs. So some weekends he'll call me. I'll go. I'll get some weekends. But all the money was just diverting into rent, diverting into this, diverting into that. But the bands that I met, they're the ones that showed me the first shaggy I saw. There was a day they called me to come to somewhere, come and collect like a mixing console. One of the guys, they said he has a mixing console that he uses for a club, and that he's going to be performing somewhere else. I should come and get the mixing console.
Okay.
Enthusiastic me now. No problem. He said there's something in it for me that I'll get, that if I go and mix in the studio on his behalf. There's something. I said, I didn't discuss price and everything. Now I jump up.
Oh.
Now I go. He said I should meet him by 11. By the time I was free that day, I was free around like 4 o'clock to meet him. So I was like, it was before your shoot. That was so your shoot was on the one for the music video.
The music video, okay.
It was on on Saturday, right? It was on the weekend. The shoot.
Yeah, Saturday, Sunday.
Good. The DJ stuff was on Friday.
Oh.
I was supposed to collect the mixing console on Thursday. So I left Whitby all the way to North York to go and collect mixing console. I got there 11 o'clock. Because the guy said it was going to be singing, the man said it's going to be singing at 11. That's going to be there by 11. I should come and get it by 11. So guess what? I was like, since there's money.
AM or PM?
PM. I said, since there's money in it for me now, let me take Uber.
Oh.
I said there's money in it for me now. And because I looked at the time, it's going to be like 5 hours. I was leaving with you by like 6. I wanted to get there before 11. And I looked at boss. Boss was going to be, and boss is another problem we have. Boss is another real, like, no, I don't rely on boss. So it's more reliable than what we've had. But yeah, it's sometimes it could be, it's long. It's long. Everybody
like
keeps dropping.
A drive journey of, let's say 30 minutes can take you about 2 hours using the bus.
Yeah, it's crazy. Yeah, it's crazy. So I was like, this bus is gonna mess me up. I want meeting by 11. So what I did, I took Uber to I took a bus to somewhere, and then I took Uber from there. So the Uber I took was $55. I took the bus $4.
55.
Yeah, the bus was $4 from Whitby all the way to like Scarborough to Military Trail, and then from Military Trail I took the Uber to the place $55. And then I came home that night. I was missing buses that night. Like I was just struggling to get home. I got home, went to pick my gimbal that I just bought the day before. Then I moved. I went to Toronto for the club stuff at night. Did the clubbing. You know how it is in a club now, especially all these tight clubs. Why did you even try to do clubs if you cannot have space? Mama. Why? Who sent you? Who told you to? Who suggested that you could do a club? You don't even have the space for it. If you see the way the speaker was like next to my head, loud speakers, small tiny space that we were supposed to manage. Hey Lord, I didn't know how bad it was until I pressed play. Bah, 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 bah. For like 4-5 hours.
4-5 hours.
Before that, I was in the opposite because they have a church just opposite the club. It's just crazy. So
Wait. So you're also a DJ?
No. I was just gonna help them mix. No.
Help them mix. Okay.
Like they wanted their console, they're having feedback problems. Like, you know, when you talking to, like when the mic picks sound from the speaker, like it's a reflective problem. It's like looking in the mirror. It's like Zoom call. You know how Zoom call is when you share screen. It starts to do that looping feature that it starts to show like cascading screens.
Please help us with wine.
You know, you've not had that Zoom problem before.
Not really. I use Teams.
Hey, it's still the same thing. It's still the same thing.
We'll add it. We're making it organic, very organic. Yeah.
You've used Teams, right? You've tried to share screen where it shows like cascade. It starts to show screens to the back.
Yes.
Yeah. What's happening is that it's showing a screen. That screen has a screen inside. Then it's sending that screen back. So it's showing screen, same thing. So when you have a speaker and you have a microphone. Oh wow. Let me clear my cup.
Thank you. It's okay.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
Let me pour the water inside that cup.
I've poured it in my cup.
It's so nice. I didn't know.
Yeah.
Your wickedness will be recorded in the podcast.
Yeah.
And I won't remove it.
On Judgment Day, we'll play this.
Yes,
We'll play this.
Just
in case the angel and your kids
Tom
forgot.
is a wicked man. I won't remove it, you know.
Just in case you go and charm the angel that day. And say, excuse me. There's a tape here for you. So feedback, it happens when your mic is speaking from a speaker, the speaker is putting back in the mic speaking from a speaker. So sound starts to go back and forth and start hearing. So you have to kill some of the frequencies that bounce easily. So I did that, then I went to the club. So I spent my time, my life, my knowledge, my resources, everything. And then I went to spend my ear.
And you don't even have insurance.
What? I went to spend my ear. You know, it's not like I particularly enjoy the music, but I just have to do it. You know, when you enjoy music now, you'll be like, okay, fun. And there's no way I could enjoy the music with that close proximity. Yeah. So guess what now? We shall finish the show. It was not time to give me, said to me and let me go home. I just started noticing that they were grumbling. Like even the performers were grumbling. Like, this show, I don't understand. This show did not even. I'm like, that one doesn't concern me. I'm hearing one or two things. It's not a drama to affect my pay. What's going on here? You guys, after I spent $55, I on Thursday. Today I spent another money to come here. You better be, you know. So the person who told me to come and stand in for him, they had already come. So we're clearing up the place. And when we're done, he says, I should just meet that guy that they said to me. Then they go to the car. They go and chill. That when I'm done, I should come and meet them. Okay. I stand in front of the guy who's supposed to share him. I stood in front of him. I'm like, yo, bro, how far now? And I say, there's this show. The show. So they gave me $50.
$50.
I spent almost $100 on the whole.
You mentioned $55 for
Uber, yeah.
Just to pick it up.
Yeah.
No, they are evil. Sorry to say.
I was like, wait. Did I come to support you, or I came to work for you? Because this is like I came to support you guys.
You came to do charity.
Yeah, it's like this is charity right here. I know what I'm saying. This is charity. Yo, I went to meet the man in the car. I said, they gave me $50. I was like, Kiniko. Anyway, he put some money together and balanced me what I spent. It was then I knew that there's no point. These people will just use you. So I carried myself. He calls me once in a while. I don't have time for that. Maybe later in the future we'll go. Not. There's so many like funny things that like you meet in this kind of life. You're not ready. Like you just have to be ready. It's not everything you hear that you just jump for, right? You know.
Okay, one thing you have to negotiate. If you don't negotiate here,
Yeah.
if you don't negotiate here, you're finished. Better negotiate. Don't think, oh, now I'm in Canada.
Especially from your Nigerian, but your Nigerian friends,
Yeah.
your Nigerian people, your folks. They will stay in your white too. They will pour saliva on your white. It will stink. So I remember I was looking for a job. I got on a WhatsApp platform. These are so many Nigerian encounters I'm giving you. I got on a WhatsApp platform, and then someone was saying, "Oh, that if you are looking for a job." No. Somebody went to the group and said that anybody here has a job for him. And then somebody replied that, yeah, if you're looking for a job, that you should reach out to him.
Okay.
That he can help. His wife put some people through one or two things, and now they've gotten jobs. Everybody's wife has referred, have gotten a job. That him too, he can do something. As I see that message, now I say, now I corner the guy. I say, excuse me, sir. Mister, I'm looking for a job. I'm not gonna be shy about it. So the guy was like, okay. Before I knew, we were setting up meeting. He said I should send my email address. I will set up a meeting. Where they go on for here? Zoom meeting on top, say I look for work.
He wants to get to know you. You know, he's using the professional approach.
Yo, I sent email. He said his assistant will create something. They created meeting for me. I enter meeting. It was like all this forever living product. Kidding. No, so I'm not gonna say the product because it's not like it's a bad thing. It's a good product, right? But I wasn't just in the space or in the place. I was in the right with the right space of mind, in the right space of mind to do that. I mean, I'm a newcomer, right? And you're dangling opportunity because I have to go and talk to people.
Yeah, you have to. Yeah. I've heard about it. A friend of mine also got this opportunity. They have to go door to door, you know, to talk to people.
Yeah, and your earnings is based on the people you can convert and things like that.
That's stressful.
And I'm like, I just they come. One, I don't even have like definitely my accent is gonna be a problem. Who am I gonna be talking to? Excuse me, someone that's working nights, that's Canadians that need money, they're always working for money, will sit down and talk to you. Everybody's always moving with like something is pursuing them, and you want me to talk to them.
And what if they have a gun in their house?
Newcomer got shot.
Yeah. And say self-defense.
You see the headlines. Newcomer got shot. Was mistaken for Jehovah's Witness. Gosh. Was mistaken for a thief. Because I was looking at that too. I didn't really have like that. So gosh. So the guy's like, are you interested? Sign up. I just didn't pick his call again. I just moved on because I'm like, how do you dangled so many things. If I want his wife to coach me, you know, I would pay. So this is me looking for a job and I'm going to have to find money to pay. No. I'm like, no. I've had so many scam stories where people lose money like that. It's not like I'm saying it's a scam. But
I would not advise anyone to pay for a job. If you want the money, get me the job and take
I'll give you the first year.
That's the best thing. Don't pay anyone for.
Don't pay anybody anything.
Job.
No, don't pay that stuff. So that one happened. Okay. Now I think another one of the top 5 is the one where we had a shoot together, right?
Okay.
That shoot. Remember now that I left with B. I took an Uber to come for an event. Somebody didn't come, but it was supposed to be.
Who was there?
Well, you went home. No, Toma wasn't there for long. Toma wasn't there for long. No, it was me.
No, 3 of us. 3 of us.
No, Toma. I don't remember Toma being there.
Yeah. 3 of us.
Okay, so let me record the story so you might recall.
Story.
So VINVAE called me that, there's a client who needs to get a job done. She has an event coming up for us at our birthday and our kids something. It was a family event basically. And then I told VINVAE, okay, no problem. So she reached out, okay, come and cover the video. She will cover the pictures, right? The photography. And we're like, okay, no problem. So the woman called me on the phone. We had a conversation about what we're gonna do. And then she says I should send my account number. Like I sent my Interact. So I sent her my Interact. Based on the negotiation and everything, I actually even shot myself in the leg with the bargaining. But I just wanted to have like a portfolio, like more work in my arsenal. So I agreed to the price. Now I started sending her messages. Hello, Alpha. 2 days to the 3 days to the event. Alpha. Well, 2 days to the event. Alpha. She didn't reply. The day of the event, I'm like, this woman is not replying me. Now I'm in a dilemma because if I stay at home and don't show up, what if she really needed me, right? But I also have to understand now that if you need somebody for an event for something, they will call you. Like if you really need a photographer, you will make sure you call the person. Are you still coming? You know, if they don't commit to calling you, then it's probably trash. But I didn't know at the time. I didn't think of it that way. I just felt like I didn't want to disappoint customer, blah blah blah. So I was already on my way, right? 10 minutes to the show, VINVAE calls me like, "Yo, did you and this woman finalize?" I'm like, "Finalize? 10 minutes in? What?" I never seen like when things are like this is the first time you have seen a situation like that in your life. It taught me that sometimes you have to like collect booking fee, you have to hear commitments. All those things are very
Always
important.
take a deposit.
Deposit, yeah, you need to get.
Tell me why this also goes for you. Always take a deposit. Because if you always do. Because if you don't, you might get to the location that day and you won't see the person. But when you get to your deposit, okay,
At least even if you don't show up, I get to keep
you
something.
have your transport money.
It's very and that's people will cheat you a lot if you allow it if you don't take that deposit. Sometimes they like people that sew clothes, they come, they sew the cloth, they move on. They don't fix the like they say, okay, let me amend my shirt, you amend it, you give them the shirt, they open and they will pay. Now everybody's paying you shit, it's gone. They're gonna rock that clothes, rock that clothes at the next party, and they don't give a shit about you. They're not gonna pay you. They're probably gonna pay you with referral, which they wouldn't refer. They'll just say, "Oh, don't worry. If you do it well for me, I will tell my friends." Nobody's telling anybody anything until the friends ask. And sometimes the friends will ask and they will not mention you. So just be very wise. Like
They'll be like,
like
oh, it's someone. Just one person I know.
yeah. So like I said, currency, like money is not the only currency, which I think I didn't make the point properly. When I went to that birthday party and I shot that event out of like goodwill, I met the Nico guy, the sound guy, and then from there he was able to.
Yeah,
So it
getting
was
jobs
because
from Nico.
from there I was doing part time with him, and
Yeah.
then so so I get to the event center and I see him there, and I see lights like we're talking about a different scale of events. Like it wasn't like, oh, can you help me reduce the price? Because the way she was standing on the phone was like, can you help me? I need budget friendly stuff.
Yeah, when you told me, I was thinking maybe it's the tell me why you recall the normal party we shot just house party. So when Duro told me about the price, I was thinking maybe that's something to expect. But getting there, they rented a hall, decor, lavish.
Yeah, balloons everywhere, man. Balloons. There was buffet outside. Food was going on outside, man. She told me that, yeah, don't worry, we're gonna talk about the price, right? I was trying to negotiate. I said I'm coming from Whitby. She said, Whitby is far, but she has a friend that is coming from Oshawa that I can join the friend. So if I'm doing that, then I should reduce price. So I actually cut down costs because of her budget. Like she was sounding so cheap, like really, really cheap. like, yeah, I had to say this because I'm angry. She was so every time I think about it, I'm blood boiled.
Last year.
Last year.
Don't forget.
I can't forget this shit ever. I just want to mention her name. I got home that day. I made almost 15 TikTok videos. It was my home training that didn't let me post it. It was my home because I named everything. I was gonna put it online, but it was just my home training that didn't let me post that thing. Like, you know what? Just walk, just move on, bro. Just move on. So when I got there, the friend that was supposed to take me from Oshawa, she was there. And then it was even clearer to me that, oh my lord, I've been duped. And you know how it is now. If you don't show, they're gonna say you didn't show, and then it's gonna be bad for you.
I understand where you were coming from. You didn't want to disappoint her.
Yeah, I didn't want to.
And she should have just said, okay, please don't come.
Yeah.
But then she went.
She didn't pick the call. She didn't call back. She didn't text. So when I got there and I started making trouble with her friend, a friend now called her. She now said that she was gonna give me, because I already spent like 74 coming, and I was gonna spend some more going back. She's like, yeah, she's gonna give me $50 or something. I'm like, what am I gonna do with $50? Are you kidding me? You hot as
She knows you're coming from.
Yeah, if I'm not even doing event, you think she said it's because she didn't pick my call or she didn't reply my message, I should have taken that as cancellation. I said, no, that's not how it works.
So unprofessional.
I said,
who does that?
So if I didn't come to your event and you needed me, you're gonna say a different thing entirely.
That's true.
I showed up because and I kept calling and sending messages, calling. You didn't say anything, you didn't reply. She said, but she never told me the address. I said, but you told VINVAE the address. The person who referred you knows the address. So how would you assume I wouldn't find the place? Because in her mind, she's like, since she didn't tell me the address, then there was no way I was going to come. So even if she doesn't answer the text messages or the calls, since I don't know the place, then I will stay in my house. But what's so bad in saying, yo, sorry, like, I'm not going to bite you, I'm not going to beat you. But when I got there, it was full out decorated, man. And there were these guys, these expensive guys. I'm sure they were expensive. Those guys I saw, man. The beards alone were like $2,000 on each guy, each one of them. 2 grand beards, man. They're all walking around. I was like, let me see some of the pictures they shot. Let me see their Instagram page. I was like, I will give you something like this, regardless.
Or even
like
better.
even better, and you get it for a cheaper cost, right? But
even better, you did all the visuals on when
that was
everything
in
was
the rain,
amazing.
in the sun, and
Rain
the weather is just
everywhere.
changing that period, man. That's crazy.
You know, that's stuff. What happened that they taught me never to lowball yourself.
Mm-hmm.
Don't ever do that. If they can't afford you, they go elsewhere.
Yeah, just go.
Because when they see you are cheap, they start feeling maybe this guy cannot. No, he can't deliver.
Yeah, he can't deliver.
He's cheap.
It's cheap.
So don't lowball yourself
Yeah.
ever.
Yeah.
Again.
It's not like it's just because I think it's because of the situation I was in. The whole building the clientele.
Yeah,
But right now, screw those shit. Someone said I did a photo shoot like 4 days ago, and it was supposed to be like she's Nigerian as well, and she's a very wonderful client. She's beautiful. But you know how pressure can be when it's your birthday and your deadline. Like her birthday was like on the 4th, and the shoot was on the 2nd, right?
Okay.
And she shot 2nd. She didn't tell me it was Nigerian time. Because the birthday is on the 4th Canadian time, but it's on the 3rd Nigerian time, because in Canada she's gonna want to post on April 3, so that it will at 6 o'clock or 7.
So people in Nigeria can
start
see.
saying, "Oh, congratulations, happy birthday!" Right?
Yeah.
So which means that I didn't have till the 4th to deliver. I had between 2nd when I took the picture and 3rd afternoon. I was on the bus, on the go bus. Light was changing. I was editing. You know how when it is when you're editing and the environment is changing. I'm editing. Oh my, this thing is too dark. It's too dark. It's too dark. Put some lights. Then we enter another area. Oh my, this thing is too bright. When I did that, I got home. I was like, I've edited 3 pictures. Now let me just finish. Let me just like some 3 more. I said, open the 3 pictures. They're like, what? What the hell is this? Nah, she was just gonna call me and say, never in your life snap me. Snap. If you see me in a wedding, in a party, don't snap me. Avoid me, man. So she was she was just pressuring me, and she called me on the phone. She sent me a long message. Should I give you payments? Blah 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 blah. And I called her back and said, "No, you're not gonna tell me that. You didn't tell me I was working in Nigerian time. You didn't tell me. You told me that you wanted your picture on the 4th. So it's not your thought is not complete. I'm supposed to give you at midnight, right? And you're sending messages and so I know I get it. She said if I get his one I've edited or 2. I said I've edited 3 so far all over the place, but the 3, if I send you those 3, you will not even be motivated to post for your birthday again. You just be like, well,
your mood will just be spoiled.
So that was how that one went. But that's what I was saying about lowballing. Like, if it was before, maybe I would have been like, don't be angry, Kenika. But when I saw that message, I was like, hello, excuse me, because I understood the value I was bringing. It's not like I'm being braggish or rude in any way. It's just when you understand that you really, I lowered some stuff. Basically, I'm not supposed to do a picture in 2 days. Where you touch, what it is to touch a photo now, right? It's not funny. Hair is flying all over the place. You have to take care of the hair, and hair is like one of the craziest things to deal with. Hair is like what?
So why are you so happy as you're talking about this?
No, some hair you probably some hair you just take some off.
Some you have to take off.
There's a technique I use now in Photoshop where I just easily get the hair. When I just select subject and the subject has been selected, I'll make a copy. One is under. That one becomes my background. I will cut out the image and clean the hair from the other one. That's the way I just do it now. I think Photoshop has a very good way of naturally cutting off because what you can see is like this edge. So you can cut off, so you just clean it up. And I think I use now, but it was all these people, this 2 minutes. I need this thing tomorrow morning that got me to that level. I thank all of you. I'm very grateful. First, I want to thank God for bringing you all to me, for giving me this pressure. And I want to thank myself for sleepless nights. I want to thank my laptop for sometimes disappointing me. Man, laptop messed me up. But yeah. So that was the. So I got home that night, right? Let's go back to the story of the.
Yeah.
I got home that night. I was so pissed off. I was so mad. I was so angry. Everything. Because I spent $150. I didn't even have the money. You know when you, let's say you have like $500 in your account, and you think, oh, this shoot is gonna be like 500 or 600. Let's just assume, and you're like, oh, that means by the end of the day, I'll have 1,001 or 1,000, and then at the end of the day, you have 350. Because you see, which you didn't. You should have just stayed in the house, right? Now you have just 350 left. 350. I was like, never again in my life. Never again in my life. Another one. Sin Shege. This one's Sin Shege. You know how customers try to like put you in a tight spot, and don't fall for that. Like they try to put you in a tight spot, a very tight spot. They constantly play games with you to the point where they will like, it's like they excite you, like, oh, we're gonna do this shoot, we're gonna do this shoot, and then they make you go all out and make preparations for the shoot and everything, and then they try to use the preparations that you've made and the effort that you've already put in to blackmail you into reducing your price. So last minute, after I've done all this, I went to buy backdrop. I went to Toronto to get backdrop for this shoot. I got a new lens. Like I was like, oh, my money go fall in. And because that's how I do my stuff, right? I invest. Sometimes the money I get just goes back into the business. It just rotates. I probably don't even spend it. Just this money, what can I do with it for the business? Get something else. You not believe that we had spoken, right? We spoke we chatted, and she said, "Yeah, her birthday is coming on, let's say 7th of August." And I was like, "Okay, no problem. When can you shoot?" She said, "We'd like to shoot on the 4th." I said, "No problem. Let's do 4th, right?" Now she came as a different. What's that? Go on. She came as, she said, "Oh, I have a friend who wants to do a photo shoot." She didn't come direct. She came, "I have a friend who wants to do a photo shoot, and the friend wants to know your price. I want to see your portfolio and everything." And I sent her details of pricing, portfolio, and everything. And then she was like, "Okay." I said, "I don't have an Instagram page because I don't believe in Instagram pages for photography. Like, I have a website where I have your portfolio, I have sharp quality pictures there, not Instagram. Please check that out." She was like, "Nah, she's not asking." So I tried to give her an Instagram account that had pictures too, but wasn't like up to date with the. So I gave her down. She checked it. So she now said she would get in touch. Later, she now said that that's the shoot, that we can do the shoot. I said, "Okay, no problem." And I said she should send me picture of the person now, so I can know what I'm bringing and what I'm getting, what kind of backdrop and all of that. Now she say, "That's me on my DP."
And she said a friend.
But you tell you know how people like to price, like, it's easier to price for somebody else than yourself.
Yes, because you are referring.
You're saying, yeah, like, you can speak in third person. She doesn't really have money. She I'm
the one that even wants her to do it. I'm forcing her.
Gosh. Pure lamba, undiluted lamba. Like, this lamba came from hell. On tapped, like strong 5G connection to hell. That lamba was crazy. Eh? She says, "Next thing, that's me on my DP." And I said, "Oh, I didn't know it was you." She get. I should have said it. I said something, and then she read it like, I didn't want to do her shoot again. I just said, "Oh, I didn't know that was you, right?" She now read like, I didn't want to do the shoot again. So on a day to the shoot, and I texted her and said, "Are we good for tomorrow?" She now said, "But I said I wasn't going to do the shoot again." I was like, "No, I never said that. I just said that I didn't know that was you, because when you spoke to me, you said." She now said, "Oh, okay."
Friend.
And I said, "Okay, I will still do that." She said she cannot do it tomorrow. That was on the 4th. That she cannot do it on the 4th. That she can do it on the 5th. If she, like, do I know a makeup artist that is good? That she's a makeup artist, but she wants someone that can do hair and everything. I said, "Okay." And I said I will find somebody, but the person I could find, that person was like, "Nah, she's not available." So I told her the person's not available. She said, "Okay." How about hair? I looked for hair person all over the place. I was like, "Oh my, I must make this money." I bought backdrop. If it's to find hair.
Were you having difficulties finding a makeup artist? You've not met me then?
No. I think maybe I have, but I wasn't thinking.
Shout out to my hairstylist and makeup artist.
I don't think it would have worked.
Why?
Thank God, thank God I didn't even reach out to your makeup and because you guys would have gone for therapy. What I went through, what my eyes saw, I don't wish it for anybody. Certainly not you. You're just gonna close up shop, close up business, and not do again.
You know, that's what happened after that stuff happened to you. I told them about shooting.
Yeah, she just quit.
Come and carry.
Like she just quit. Like this is crazy.
This is. I was like, no.
Yeah.
I couldn't even get mad. The way.
No, I was getting my. I was raking.
Fuming up. I was like, I was. So
See, it was just one small. See, it was just. I don't know what it was that held me back. I was this close to going to collect the mic from the MC.
He said he was going to do that.
I was this close to going to meet the MC, taking the mic and disgracing her there and leaving. Nobody will arrest me, nobody will beat me. You can't touch me, it's Canada. You can't do shit. I was this close to going to say, excuse me, I'm the photographer, we spoke, can you come one thing or the other? This lady who is hosting this thing today did not pay me for my transport. I'm here, please, if you know where she is, can you please bring her out? That's what I was going to do.
That's so petty.
And go. It's not petty, she's petty. She's hiding. You know, but I just figured, you know what? Let's go home. I could have messed things up. Like, what's it's not gonna do it. Nothing's gonna happen to me. Nobody's gonna beat me. Nobody's just do it and move on. Lagos. This is. I mean, we've seen. I'm Lagos, man. Are you kidding me? Anyway, so the lady in question now said that she can't do 5th because there was no makeup artist. That can we do 6th? Now, mind you, her birthday is on the 7th. So can we do 6? So now I've started committing more. I've looked for makeup artists. I've looked for hairstylists. I know I've done backdrop. I bought new lens. I took a trip to Toronto. You know Toronto. Yeah, they call it Toronto. I took a trip to Toronto, man, to go and get this. Went to Vistec. Vistec said almost made me go to the hospital. Because when I go to Vistec, you see me seeing gadget, like but if you realize that you're broke, like I can't get this shit. I can't. You know that Pastor Chris, I will never be broke in my life. That's what happens. That's what places in your head when you're a mistake. Seeing lenses, cameras, like really? They exist? They are real? They're not just on YouTube? You see all of them there, man. So I just took myself. Now, 6th came. In the morning of 6th. Are we doing the shoot? Are you ready? She said, yeah, that I should come by 10. But I should make sure I don't come before 10. I was like, she not kidnapper be this. Are they going to kidnap me? What's going on in this place? Like, I should make sure I don't come before 10. So I'm guessing maybe she's staying in somebody's house. The person has to leave. You know, it seems you're going to put backdrop. Now, your birthday's on the 7th. First, you've priced me to, like, the bush.
To stupor.
To stupor, like, down to negative. Then, you've wasted my time. So, I think I charged her. I said I was going to charge her 150 per hour or something like that. And then, that same morning, she now sends a message. She said that she cannot pay the 150, cannot pay by the hour. That 150 that I will do all she will change 4 clothes. That she will change 4 clothes.
You've actually seen lots of shege.
I can write a book on shege.
The Chronicles of DURO shege.
I will write a book on shege. They showed me pepper, not small pepper. No need trailer to bring pepper. Like, you go see pepper today. You go see pepper, go. This is a trailer right here. Trailer loads. 4 trailer loads. She said that she cannot pay. How many hours to the shoot? Around that 8 o'clock, she's telling me she cannot pay. So she tries to like make me commit to the point where I will not now say no.
You already prepared for the shoot. You got everything.
Say they whine me. I got more dignity. Even though it's tough. And I try to survive for a year. I guess more dignity, I beg. I said, don't worry. And I told her that what she's doing, I tried to give her my mind that it's bullshit. It's all trash. That she's a makeup artist and she understands. She charges by the hour. They're just trying to blackmail me, force me into a corner where she was not like, sorry, she didn't know that. Because I told her that when she look at the price, she said she looked at it, but that she just had to go and re-look at it again now. I said, like, no problem. Have a nice day. I'll come up for it. If I see that woman, if I see her there, if I see her just down there, I'm going to be going down there. But anything that make us come close to each other again, like come near each other, there's just 5 meters between us. Somebody, police is gonna carry one person. Every time I think about that story, it's just annoying. Just annoying. That's one of the top. If I think she's
Which one you say is worse? This one you just said, or the other lady?
the $50. Okay, you mean? I don't even know now. God, this is the time to vote. Shaggy of the Year award. SOTY. So for the Shaggy of the Year award, SOTYA, Sotia, aka Sotia. I think the one I'll choose as the Shaggy of the Year is the one where I went for that show. Like I went to a club once to shoot something.
The club.
Yeah. It's not a different club in Vaughan, right? I went to a different club once. The music was so loud. But the experience was okay for me because I was covering people I knew, friends, family, and I wasn't in charge of music. I was photography.
Okay.
But I had a problem. When I got home the next day, I just said, that was the one sound I was hearing for like 3 days. The moment I left the club, you hearing
just for $50.
When you are sleeping, when you wake up, brushing your teeth, on top of man. So that happened. So for me, I probably lost some hearing in that. I probably lost some balance. Maybe that's why I work some funny way now. I've been affected. So I lost some balance. I lost money. I lost time. I was stressed out. I mean, this one I just carried Uber and went and came back right. But that one, Thursday, I went to pick equipment. I came back to BB. I came back to at 3 a.m. Friday, I moved to Toronto to go to the event. I had to walk like maybe 11 minutes or 12 minutes to get it, and it was cold. You know, in the evening, Canada is crazy. It's cold. So I did that. And then I did the event. I first did some church mixing. Then I went to the club, pushed speaker on my own, found ways to plug cable. Actually, I did a lot of crazy things before the event. You know, if the speaker didn't work, they would have been a different problem too. They would have been like, who is this guy they brought here? So it was pressure. It was then to do the work and then still come and get $50. Nah, that's it. I don't think there's any shaker that can top that shaky.
That's witchcraft.
There's no shaker. That's the shaker of the year. That one last year, I'm giving it to that one. That is the shaker. It needs a title. Mixing in the mud, mixing man in the mud. That's the name of that event. It was crazy. So I think that's the biggest. That's the one. Followed by I think that's the best one. That's nothing tops it. Nothing tops it.
Wow,
I got home, then I came for the shoot. I came for the shoot. The gimbal I bought, because I didn't have some part of it, when I came back to BB on Friday morning, 5 o'clock, 6 o'clock, I went to go and pick up the stuff first. Then I didn't even sleep, and I came straight for your shoot. We did that shoot for 2 days, and then by the time I got back home on maybe Tuesday,
at least I paid you a bit well.
Yeah.
I try, guys. BedNights,
guys, a bit well.
BedNights.
Look at Tommy Wise.
Your founding mom, your founding mama, your founding mother always tries. She pays. She
pays a bit.
Well, you do for a lot in just 1 year.
There's more, but next time. If you want to know about more of the Shaggies, because I'm still compiling another Shaggy album that I'll get for you guys. There's still more to come. But yeah, that's it. So, but in retrospect, I think everything really, the fact that I was exposed to all those things at once really, really built me up. You know, to understand, one, the way society works is crazy. The credit system, how money works here, you know, how it works. The interacting with people, both indigenous and non-indigenous, people that you're familiar with and people that you're not familiar with. Overall, I'd say, though it was a bad experience, it still had like good values. It taught me a lot of things. And if I have to go through that experience again next year, or if maybe somehow I magically appear in Nigeria and I have to do that again, I wouldn't mind doing it again, just to be here. Just to be in Canada, because Nigeria right now is something else. It's a bed of stones. I really wonder how people are surviving.
It's so hard.
Yeah, it's so hard. I'm on GG and I'm seeing prices of things and I'm like, what? Gigi where we buy stuff now. Yeah, so phones always there used to be 20K, 50K, 30K, and now like 120, 150, 180.
Let me even tell you something. We're prepping for my album cover shoot and everything. And the designer in Nigeria, so she made nine outfits for the shoot and other things for the album cover and other things. Right now she's trying to ship it down to Canada. Guess how much? Just guess. She went to DHL today. I have it, I have the chat.
Hmm.
Guess how much?
100K?
300 and what the fucking something K? 300 and something thousand.
300 and something thousand naira to ship.
Yeah, I told
Just
her.
clothes that like lights.
Yeah,
not
she
that
said,
heavy.
and everything 8 kg.
8 kg, 300 grand.
300 grand. And she was
Maybe-
like, the lady even gave her a discount. She went on their website and it's about 800 and something thousand there. I'm like, babe, wait. Let's check
Maybe she
FedEx.
just do.
Let's check.
Ship. We'll wait for 6 months. We'll get it.
How much did I pay you to make this out?
Yeah, and it's costing that much. But it's still
Hard.
But it's still cheap to send to Canada, though. It's crazy to send to the US. Let's not talk about the US. I don't know why I've always told myself that US is not like from the beginning of my Jackpot aspirations. US has never been on my list. I think it's because of the gun problem. That was my biggest problem. But now there are way more problems than gun problems. That makes me say, you know what? I never ever no. Eh? Beyond the taxing and all that, now they're basically deporting people, even people that have green
Paper.
cards and all of that. Like they're just flinging people out of,
This is so crazy.
sending them to parts of the world that they don't even originate from. So it's crazy. I'm no. It's always been like that.
Yeah.
Anyway, so if you come here, try and come as a PR. If you come as a student though, it might be tougher
Let
for
them
you.
know what PR is. Try come as a permanent
Permanent
resident.
resident, yeah. But if you come as a student still, which is kind of tough now because the government is really cracking down on that. But if you come as a student still, I still think that if you are strong enough and tough at heart, you will survive. Like it's and you will be happy for it. It will be worthwhile. But mistakes to avoid: don't go and get a car of $40,000 and finance it. That they're bi-weekly. Paying bi-weekly is not funny. Paying monthly is way better than paying bi-weekly. I don't know. That's another topic.
They say paying bi-weekly is better.
I prefer paying monthly because bi-weekly is like, I just paid you yesterday, bro. I just gave you $200 last week. That's how bi-weekly is. But paying monthly is like you have some time to chill, at least 2 weeks to rest. While you start thinking about, okay, I'm putting this money here. When they pay me the first salary, I put like this percentage here. But when you say bi-weekly, it's like, it was just Friday. I just gave you money last week. What's going on? Like a nagging supplier. But that's I don't like bi-weekly.
Okay,
But
that's
stay away from all of that.
Yeah, stay away from
So
it.
if you can come, please come. Don't let people deceive you with snow. It's cold. The skinny can.
Yeah,
It's cold.
I won't say I will never tell anyone not to move to Canada, but
Yes.
come through the right route.
Come to the right route, yeah.
Don't come here as a visitor thinking of changing it to work permit or something. You're going to cry.
I'm not
Going to
coming as
suffer.
like,
Especially if you don't come with enough money. Even us that came we're not
I
finding
see
it
shaky.
easy. So just come using the right route and come prepared.
And if you come as a PR,
Yeah.
it might be tough in the beginning, but once you can land a minimum wage job, not like, I mean, that's the beginning, minimum
That's the
wage.
beginning. We're not saying you should dwell there.
No, but it will be enough for you to survive.
Yeah.
And
While you're
you don't
searching
go
for your
beyond your
dream
means
job.
though.
Yeah.
Don't go
While
and pre-order 2025 car. They now say I want white.
Who are you throwing shades at? Because nobody here is.
It's a mistake many people make. I've seen it a lot, especially for the newcomers, right? Like I'd rather buy a car outright. It's a depreciating asset. A car is depreciating. Whether
Yeah,
you like
what
it or
if you want to use it for a business like Uber? You can't use something old for Uber.
not. Yeah, but you cannot. It doesn't have to be 2025 model.
It
You can still buy 2015.
for Uber. No, you can't.
It's 10 years. It's not 10 years.
It depends. In Toronto, you can't use a 10 years car for Uber.
Okay, how about the 5 years car?
5 years car. Yeah, you can use a 5 years
so-
car for Uber.
Okay, look, I see it like this. Buying a 54K car
54K. That's too much.
is 40K. I know someone who bought 40K.
Okay.
If you can afford to pay like a down payment of 10K, that means you have 30K to finance, right? You have 30K to finance.
Yeah, but it depends. So if it's just for driving to point A, point B, just buy it outright and order. But if you want to do this, their Uber driving Lyft, I'd rather they go for a cheap new car, maybe
Okay.
for a car of 35K. Yeah.
That's cheap.
Yeah, that compared to 50K. 50K cars.
The car I also had to buy because I used to like one. It's called Jeep Wrangler back in Nigeria. This one I used to park. They used to park one in Maryland. I used to love that car, the color, everything. I'm like, man, when I get money, I'm gonna buy that car.
Okay.
Then I got to Canada and I saw that car. Then I ran to the website, 660. I saw $80,000. I was like, don't worry about it, okay? Don't worry about it. Anyway, but it's easy to enter debt here because they just give you.
Yeah.
Just gonna say, oh, you want a car? Take.
Take this.
You want a house too?
Take this credit card.
But then you're gonna tie yourself down. Also, so be careful too. It's very enticing, but it's a rewardable place. I wouldn't tell anybody that Canada is not a place where things can happen for you. Yes, you might feel like you're overworking, you're blah blah blah, but you are surviving and you are safe to an extent.
You safe.
I use my laptop on the bus. Like I said, I was editing photos on the bus. There's no way I can edit photos on the bus from Ikorodu to Aja. Something they go jar my Jaguar. They go collect my stuff, man. There's no way. From the window, laptop is gone. Before you say, oh, my laptop, your phone has gone from another window. So it's just crazy, man. Like, that's it. So it's safe. The bus system works, even though it is not convenient, but it works.
Slow delay.
Yeah. What else is there? Yeah, the weather is the only thing. But I look at it like this, right? It's varieties. The weather gives you varieties. because of how the environment changes. In winter, it's all white. Like everywhere is like white. Then in what's that?
Fall.
In spring.
Fall is orange.
In spring, fall, when all the leaves are drying and falling, it's orange. It's a different color. Things that used to be green.
Colorful.
It's green and colorful.
Yeah.
You see all this. Summer is warm and nice. So you see all of that. So it's just from as opposed to rainy season, dry season.
Okay,
okay.
BedNighters, I know. Yeah. Duro really brought a lot.
Yeah, it's too much, I guess.
Really brought a lot. Yeah, enjoyable story. I can sit down hours listening to you. You already told them what what to do. Coming to Canada is a good thing. We're never going to discourage anyone from coming, but the only advice is come prepared. Don't just say, oh, I want to leave this country. I want to leave this country. Don't just come without having a plan. Have a plan. And when you have a plan in place, everything will fall in place for you.
Yeah.
And debt, I want to come to debt. People say avoid debt, but debt can also be a good thing if you do it wisely. Especially if you getting a loan to start a business or something that can make you money. It can be a good thing. But don't get into debt trying to impress people. No one cares about you in Canada. Canada is one country that they don't care about fashion. So no one cares about you. No one cares about what you drive. So if you're trying to, in Nigeria, we say pepe. Pepe someone.
Because everybody knows they can get what you are. Like, I like your phone. I'm going to get it.
Yes, that's
like, oh, this guy's in iPhone 16.
Accessible.
iPhone 16. Wow. Let me see. Oh, it's good. Okay, I'm going to get it.
I'll get it. So when you come in from Duro's story, so when you come in, make sure you come prepared. I have a friend of mine, he called me last week. He just got married. They got their PR approved. And he was asking me if he should come alone or come with his wife. People are advising him to come with his wife. And I used Duro as a reference. I said, I have another friend that also got this advice.
Come with your wife. See, we can have another podcast on that.
Okay,
like, talk about why you should come with your wife.
Yeah.
You need to see if you group living is the way to survive. Let me tell you the truth. One person might say a job and you wouldn't.
That's what I also told him.
Some people increases the chance of finding something. One person, oh gosh, and the way this economy is tough. Two people.
The system favors partners, married people, partners more. So if you have the opportunity to come with your spouse, please come. Don't listen to anyone saying go there and make way. What?
Do you know what you will go through? 8 hours time difference. Let's not go there.
We've talked a lot. Maybe Duro is going to always.
Yeah, we'll talk about. I think that's topic for another time.
Yeah, this is a story for another time. So thank you guys for watching and listening. and let us know what you think about, this immigration, leaving your country, coming to a new place to settle, to start your life, from the start again, dealing with people when it comes to business and everything. Let us know what you think about it. And we'll be back, or I'll be back with another guest for the next night. Make sure you subscribe. Tell them again.
Make sure you subscribe, okay?
Okay.
Make sure you subscribe. Yeah.
Yeah, make sure you subscribe. So wherever, because this is a video and audio show. So wherever you're watching or listening from, make sure you follow me, subscribe. So you get updated whenever
So the channel
a new night is out.
Help the channel grow as well.
Yeah, help us grow.